Welcome to my kitchen. Here at I Build You Build, we just don't build great projects, but we also build great food. And one of my passions is to create good foods, Sorry about that interruption. I was grinding some chili powder, which I used this one. Where's that? Chile guajillo. That was ground up with chile ancho to make this beautiful chili powder. Maybe. Now, that's for certain items. I've never, well, I try to not use bought, um, purchase bought seasonings for my steaks or for any type of food. You're probably going to see my hands as we prepare this. And this is a sweet smoky style dry rub. You can use it on fajitas, you can use it on chicken, pork, brisket. Works really good with brisket. I'm gonna put a little twist on this. I'm gonna add some chipotle peppers to it. Ground chipotle. And I'm gonna add a little bit of that, just because it brings out a different flavor. I like the acidity and the sweet and sour of sweet and salty, the sourness, a little bit of sourness, acidity in the meat. So let's see how this comes out. The very first thing we're going to add is 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So, I'm going to eyeball it. Oh, it's 2/3. Yeah. 1, 2. 2 cups of brown sugar. 2/3. And then we're going to do 2/3 of regular sugar. Always try to keep your chili blend. Don't store buy it. 1/3 and 2/3 of regular white sugar. I got like a cold. Been doing this keto diet. Now we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of paprika. 1/2 cup of paprika right here, and 1/2 cup of paprika. Probably gonna be all of this. So this is also, we could do probably a good size. Well, we're almost there. You know, one of the things I like to do is, nothing has to be perfect. That's the best thing about a recipe, right? Now we do a 1/4 cup of, if you do a smoked salt, it's gonna be great. If you don't, it's okay. That means basically what you can do is take kosher salt and put it into your barbecue pit whenever you barbecue, and you're gonna smoke it. And what happens is it picks up this wonderful flavors of smoke, and you have yourself smoked salt. This could be Lowry salt, or your own made up basic seasoning. In this case, I did not have my basic, so I'm going to use seasonal, which I know some of you guys are going to frown upon it, but for right now, this is what's going to work. And that was a 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of regular salt. Now, I didn't have my smoked salt because I didn't put it the last time. Today, I'm just using regular table salt. Usually I use kosher salt, but I didn't have any. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of onion salt. This is the onion salt that I have, so we'll go ahead and use this one. And we're going to add a 1/4 cup of that. 1/4 cup of onion salt. There we go. I don't know if I have a whole, well, maybe I do. Celery salt. Well, you know what? I did have enough. I didn't think I was going to make it with the celery salt. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of freshly ground pepper. Now, I don't have freshly ground, but I do have cracked black pepper. That works just as good. Okay. Those will fit. Add 1, 2. If you want it a little bit more peppery, and you like that little spiciness, add another tablespoon of that in there. Now we're going to add the pure chili. The only way you're going to get pure chili, which I haven't found it commercially, is if you blend it. Okay, that's what came out of the one I did, and this is what's left. I'm not going to dispose of it. I'm going to put it away because it's still good. I can still grind this up and get some more chili powder. So we're going to throw that away. We're going to use it. So now we have to do 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And I used the chilies I showed you. It's going to give it a great smoky flavor. Okay, I'm not, see. You know what, let me check if I have mustard powder. So we're gonna add a teaspoon of this stuff. Of poultry, and add 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, a teaspoon of ginger. Ginger, where is it? Here's my ginger. Which is ginger. I'll put a teaspoon of this. This always gives that lemony taste. I like it. Teaspoon of ginger. And we're gonna add, okay, so I don't have allspice, but I have something that comes close to it, and that's cloves. The only problem with cloves is it's a little bit more powerful. So we're gonna use, instead of using half a teaspoon, we're gonna go with a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Allspice tends to be, cloves. It's a little bit more powerful than the allspice. So cloves is more, I find it more powerful than allspice. And we're gonna add some cayenne pepper to this to give it some heat. So as soon as I can find my cayenne pepper, here it is. Cayenne pepper. And we're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of this as well. And peppers. You know, I think the point is if you're gonna add heat to food, see if you can make it hit different parts of the palate area or the tongue. You know, the tip, the back part of the mouth. So, if I had made my own basic salt recipe, it would have had what they call white pepper. White pepper. Now, each of these peppers has a different place it hits. So we're going to put half a teaspoon of white pepper in there. It'll bring out some delicious flavoring in there, in this heat. So we have a salt, sweet and salt flavors happening in there. Now, to add a little bit more heat to this wonderful mixture we have, I'm going to add some chipotle chili. And I'm only going to add half of a 1/4 teaspoon because this is pretty hot. I'm going to add any more of that. And I believe we are done. Oh, on this recipe, I love to put, for chicken, I found that if you use celery seeds, for some reason it enhances and diffuses some of that odor. So let's do just a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Now, the secret I have for this one is you could use trechas or tajin for this. And actually, I wanted to use something called tamarindo, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm just going to add a teaspoon of this. Add a little bit of that flavor in there, that acidity that comes with tajin. Now we're going to blend this stuff together. Let me get my whisker. Okay, let me get my whisker here. And let's mix this delicious goodness all together. Gotta mix it well. Some clumps because of the sugar come about. Now that paprika, or paprika, how you like to pronounce it, will give that beautiful brownish color to it once you're cooking. I don't know if you like that pretty color that comes about it. This is more of a Kansas City type of flavoring because it's sweet. But I like to add the heat and a little bit of the southern with the tajin and the, or the trechas. Now my dad, I learned how to barbecue. I've been barbecuing for well over 30 years. I used to barbecue for my dad, the family. There was one time when I had to barbecue like 15 briskets. Boy, that was a task. And actually, I used this particular seasoning. The bark on the brisket just builds up real nice. And for ribs, like if you like pork ribs, oh man, this will just, wow. This will give you some flavors on your pork ribs. It'll create a bark. You may not even need barbecue sauce for it. And that's why I like it. Now, I do have a barbecue sauce, but I use the grease from the actual brisket when I make it. Use the brisket drippings to glaze, to add the fat to the brisket. And on that one, a lot of people use ketchup. I don't like to use ketchup. I use tomato paste. Just plain tomato paste, nothing else. No, nothing in there. Or if you can do your own tomatoes. Now we gotta taste this. See how we like it. That is great. Got a little bit of saltiness. But that sweetness comes in with the kick on the heat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I'm gonna be doing some. I could taste the celery. I could taste the chipotle. Mm. And those cloves bring that smokiness and that flavor. It's bursting. You're gonna have bursting flavors that are gonna be awesome. Mm. All right. Now I got to get the chicken ready that I'm gonna make.